Mariner Books and HarperAudio present Unredacted, Russia, Trump and the Battle for Democracy by Christopher Steele. This is the author. To Catherine, my love, rock and guiding star, and Chris, my business partner, friend, and the wise older brother I never had. Author's note. Unredacted has been written by me as an intelligence professional, in good faith, with the intent to inform as well as provoke further discussion of the key challenges facing leading Western democracies from our corrupt and corrupting authoritarian state adversaries. It aims to highlight the weaknesses in Western political, security, regulatory, and legal institutions as I have experienced them, and to make suggestions as to how these institutions could be strengthened and improved for the common good. In doing so, it draws on my work and experiences in connection, in particular with, firstly, Russian interference in the US presidential elections, also the possibility that Russia or other adversaries may have access to compromat in respect of Donald Trump, and thirdly, the ways in which powerful individuals are able to use political and legal processes to undermine criticisms of them and avoid accountability, including in the UK, by taking advantage of claimant-friendly legal rules and opportunities for what I describe in the work as lawfare. These are matters of substantial and important ongoing public debate, in which my own involvement is now a matter of public record and renown since the publication of the so-called Steele Dossier or Trump-Russia Dossier. I believe that this book can make an important contribution to that debate by recording my first-hand account and experiences of events since the dossier, as well as my involvement in and assessment of attempts by others to investigate the matters raised in my intelligence reporting. I believe it is in the public interest in that context for me to revisit matters raised in the dossier and republish them in the form I have decided to in this work, so that listeners are able fully to understand my account of the events described, my criticisms of the investigative efforts which followed, and my ongoing concerns that matters raised in the dossier, including the issue of Russian compromat, have not been resolved and so remain a threat. I have also written this book definitively to set the record straight and to counter the lies and disinformation about me and my work which has been propagated and disseminated in recent years by various adversaries, both domestic and foreign. I believe it is in the public interest that I take the opportunity to reply to these attacks and to give my side of the story. This book is, as I have said, the product of extensive research and intelligence work. It draws extensively on intelligence collected by my associates and me over several years, mainly from established sources judged previously reliable. I am limited in what I can say about this intelligence because of my obligations to the Crown and because of the vital need to protect my sources of information, who would be at risk of serious retribution if exposed. I have given some account of my investigative and intelligence efforts in the work itself, and so I think it is unnecessary to address this in more detail here. In general, since the Trump-Russia dossier was published without my knowledge or approval by BuzzFeed in 2017, it has not been possible to meet or further debrief the original sources, many of whom have been subsequently unmasked and punished by the Russian regime and its facilitators, both inside the country and abroad. We have, however, been approached by independent sources on the issues involved who have shared their intelligence and other information with us. Some of this is referenced in the work. I have also drawn on a wide range of other source material, intelligence, investigative journalistic reporting, and official investigations. Again, some of this is explicitly referenced in the book. In relation to Russia, in terms of the Kremlin's evolving and extensive interference in the US, the UK, and Europe, I have drawn on, including rereading relevant extracts, the 2017-18 Mueller investigation, the US Senate Select Committee on Intelligence report on Russian interference in 2016, the published work of the Inspector General of the US Department of Justice, the 2020 US criminal trials of Michael Sussman and Igor Danchenko,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?